Yeah, go ahead. I cannot hear you. Are you talking? I cannot hear you.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you. Yes.
Okay. They're asking to evaluate the function. So now for the first one I have f for -3. So I have to replace -3 wherever I see x. So for the first function I have f of -3 equals to, I'm gonna replace -3 squared minus 6. So -3 squared, it's gonna be 9. Since negative square, it's gonna be plus. It's gonna be positive, I mean. So 9 minus 6 is gonna be 3. So f of
You scroll up.
-3 gonna be 3.
I don't see the second line. I only see the first line.
Okay.
Scroll up a little bit.
I'm trying. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing.
Can you move the page a little bit upward?
Yeah. Give me. I'm trying to.
Oh, okay. You cannot.
This is my first time doing it, so.
It's okay. It's great. It's great. I didn't need to see it because I only see question 17. I see question 5. I see question 8. I see question 17. But I don't see the whole. Oh,
now?
great. Yeah. Yeah, now, yes. Perfect.
Okay. So f of -3, it's 3. So I'm gonna do f of 3 now. So I'm gonna replace x by 3. 3 squared is gonna be 9 minus 6, it's gonna be 9. So we notice that f of -3 and f of 3 have the same answer. So f of 0. So wherever I see x, I'm gonna replace it by 0. So 0 is gonna be 0, and then I'm gonna be f of 0 is gonna be -6. That's the final answer. And then it's f of 1/2. So I'm gonna square 1/2 minus 6, and the final answer gonna be -23/4. And then it's gonna be f of 10 square. Gonna square it. 10 square is gonna be 100. 6, and f of 10, it's 94.
Great. Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Great. Thank you. You got the credits. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So who else is ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Let's go.
Did somebody already present question 4 for homework 1?
I don't think so.
Okay, I'll go. Can I be presenter?
Yeah. Oh, let me. Okay, you have not presented yet.
Yeah, I mean presenter.
I'm sorry. Who's this? I think you're presented already. No. Yeah, you're presented already. This is Jeremy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Yes, Liam, you can present any number. People haven't chosen yet.
can you see it?
Yes.
Okay. So what I did, it's at the bottom for question 4. So what I did, it's f of x equals to x minus 4 squared plus 3. And for a, I basically wrote, I have to fill in the blanks. So basically I wrote subtract 4, then do distributive property, and then add 3.
Hold on a second. Let me understand this. So this is going backwards, right? So translate the mathematical expression into English, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what was it?
So it's f of x. So subtract 4, and then do distributive property. Like because it's like squared, so it's like 2. So the distributive property, and then after that, then add 3.
Okay. So subtract 4 from the variable, but then square it. Do you have a square? X minus 4 square?
Yes.
Okay. So.
And then do the distributive property.
Then add 3. What do you mean distributive property? Distributive means
Like,
you have. 2 multiplied by a parenthesis. Oh, you mean double distributive. You mean x
Yes.
minus 4 times x minus 4.
Yes.
Ah, okay. All right. So that's a little bit difficult to see it. Can we
Yeah.
see this? Can we see? Okay. Subtract 4. Okay. What do this? Square. Let me see. Let me try. So I'm trying also. Square. Oh, this is a little bit difficult. Square. Subtract 4 from subtract 4 square.
And then after that, like then the square it, then like multiply.
Yeah. Let me see. Add 3 to the variable. Add 3 to the square. Oh, okay. I'm gonna make this. You see the difference between mine and yours. Add square. No, add 3 to the square, SQUARE, of the difference of x of the variable and the 4.
Okay.
So, okay, yours maybe you want to add then double distributive,
Okay.
but still it's a
Okay.
little bit. Still a little bit. Okay, let me see. I type it in the chat to see if this makes sense. Add 3
Okay.
to the square of the difference of the variable and the 4.
Okay, makes sense.
Make sense? Okay.
Yes. And then
But good
then for B, I didn't I just put it there. I'm sorry, I didn't write it down, but I did like replace like all the x values
Right,
to get the output.
right.
So yeah, that's what I got.
So the B, right? So x f of
Yes.
x. Right, if x
Yes.
is 0, right, let's check. That would be negative 4 squared, would be 16 plus 3, that's 19. If it's a 2, 2 minus 4, that's negative 2 squared, 4, 4 plus 3, 7. Then 4 minus 4, 0, 3. 6, that's a 2, 7. Perfect.
Okay.
The table is right. Perfect. Okay, you got the credit. Thank you for trying. So
Thank
only A, right, a little bit difficult, even difficult for me. All right. Okay, Jeremy, you got the credit. Who's next one?
Okay, so I'm going next now.
Okay, get ready. Okay, whenever you're ready, go ahead. Right, because we only meet,
I thought it
limited.
was me. Like,
Oh no,
okay,
I was
maybe you're
trying.
next. Right. Whoever has the paper ready, show, go. All right.
Can I see the screen?
Because our time is really limited. We don't have time to wait. So if you're ready, just share your content, share your screen, and go. So next person can get ready.
Okay, you guys see it now?
Yes.
Oh, finally. Okay, so I'm going to focus on finding the inverse of a function, and this is actually problem 25 from homework 3, 2.7. And when it comes to finding the inverse of a function, we basically have to be switching things up a little bit. So first, it was given f of x equals x minus 6, and we want to know if that f of x equals the g of x. So first, I replaced the f of x for the y, and I then did inverse operation by by adding 6 on both sides, and then crossing that out. Oh my god, sorry. Okay, and then here the next step was to replace x for y, and then yeah, that was basically it for that one. That was like pretty simple, 25. And here we can see that y equals x plus 6, which is the same as g of x equals x plus 6, which means that yes, f of x equals g of x in this case. If you want me to
Hold on a second, Lisa. Let me ask you this.
Okay.
So the question is asking us to find the inverse of function, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Wait, I wrote it like this, but it was not. And the problem, it actually says to make sure if f of x equals g of x. So I didn't have to find it, but I had to make sure that f of x equal g of x.
Hold on a second. Let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
F of x equals to x minus 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
G of x equals to x plus 6.
Mm-hmm.
Are those two functions equal?
Not as there. So that's why we have to go ahead and do inverse operation and then replace the variables. And then we see at the end that yes, f of x equals g of x. That's the explanation on the book. So I just followed the instructions, and I actually had to learn by myself doing that.
But let me ask you this. So you see these two functions, right? One is x minus 6, one is x plus 6. Can they ever be equal?
Well, at the first step, they cannot, because
Those two functions will never be equal, right?
okay.
They cannot be equal. Okay, let's go back, Liz. Let's go back a little bit. 25. Can you read question 25 for me, please?
Mm-hmm. So
Read it.
you want me to go to the book and read it?
No. Just here you wrote. You see the 25 dot. What's after 25 dot?
Find the inverse of a function, but that's not the actual action I had to do.
Why not?
That
This 25 is asking you to find the inverse function, right? No?
the 25 is actually asking to use the inverse function property to show that f and g are inverses to each other. That's the actual.
Oh, right. Okay, they are inverse to each other. They're not equal to each other.
Correct.
Okay, so you
I'm
want to
sorry for that.
now I understand you.
It's not equal, it's inverse. Sorry for that.
You are right. You are only thing missing is f inverse. You need to put a -1 on top of f. You see that? Let me see if I can write.
I didn't actually use that, but yeah, I saw it multiple times. And
Right. Now I understand right now.
-1, yeah. I'm sorry for
Right.
that.
No, it's okay. So f inverse equals to g. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Right. In that case, perfect. Okay, you got the credits. Thank you.
Thanks for that, and sorry.
Okay, that's okay. Good. Next one.
I can present now.
Can I?
Yeah, just get yourself ready. Post, share your screen. You guys are doing great job. Okay. This is a Shethy. Do you have a question? You raise your hand.
Can I present after who's present?
Yeah, you can present. As I said, just load, just share your content, share your screen with us. When your page shows up here, go ahead and explain.
Alright.
All right.
Yeah.
So who is presenting now?
Doesn't matter whoever is ready, whoever has.
Okay, I'll go.
Okay.
Oh.
Whoever has her or his paper screen on the screen, go.
Oh my God. It's
Great.
bent. Can I turn it? Ow.
Yeah, can you turn it? Let me see if I can turn it. No, I cannot. Can you turn it?
How do I do that? I don't know.
It's okay. Well, if we can see it.
Okay. You guys can technically see it. It says question 8. Take the square root, add 8, and then multiply by 1/3, right? So basically, just try to write the function based on this verbal words reading, based on the word written. So we start with the first thing, f of x, right, equals, and then the first thing first, we know we're taking the square root and the square root of x, basically. So we start by writing the square root of x. Hold on a second. Oh, sorry. No.
That's okay. I see the most part. I see you did the square root of x, then plus 8, then parentheses.
So the square root of, basically you get the square root of x, so you write square root of x, then add 8, then plus 8, then multiply by 1/3. So multiplying by 1/3 just means that you're multiplying the entire, is this a function? Yeah.
Yeah,
the entire function by 1/3. So you can technically rewrite it as f of x equals 1/3 in bracket square root of x plus 8.
Perfect.
Or you can do it like this. Yeah.
Yeah, square root. Perfect. Hold on a second. Why this bottom becomes x squared?
Oh?
Do you see my hand here? I see this
No.
is written as one that, oh, you crossed out. Okay, you crossed out.
Yeah, I
Great.
crossed that out. This is the right answer. F of x equals this.
Yeah, usually we
That
write
would
one
be-
that up front, as you said. Great. Looks good. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you. And this is, I don't see your name. I don't see your name. Let me find you. Because I need to
My
give
name
you
is Lola. Lola. My last name is Moses.
Moses. Okay, I saw you. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Next one. Great. Good jobs, guys. Next one. Who's next one? Are we all done? Oh, no. Okay. I see the paper. I see the screen.
Do you see my screen?
Yeah, I see this screen here, but I see not your homework yet. Choose share screen. The middle one, share application or slash screen. Choose that one.
I did choose that one.
Okay, it's gone. It's gone. You go to the share content, you choose the middle one. Okay, good. Yeah. Your homework is here. Go ahead.
Wait, this is 20, where I have to evaluate the function, and these are the given value that I have to substitute in the function and solve it. So for f of 0, I substitute x with the 0, so it will be 0 squared plus 2 parentheses 0 will be equal to 0. And for this one, f of 3 equals to 3 squared plus 2 parentheses 3, it will be 2 squared will be 9 plus 6 equals to 15. And this will be f of negative 3 equals negative 3 squared plus 2 parentheses 3.
Hold on. Shefty, what's
Yes.
x equals to -3, right?
Yes.
Do you see a mistake? 2 times 3 or 2 times -3?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I forgot the negative sign.
-3, right.
But
I would like you to put parentheses around the first -3. Put the parentheses -3 squared.
how do I do that?
Because -3, right? Put parentheses. Well, later on, next time, okay?
Oh, okay.
Now may be difficult.
Okay. So it will be negative 9 minus 6 equals to negative 15.
So now, what's -3 squared? -3 times -3 is,
Oh my god, it's positive 9.
that's right, it's +9. And the 2 times -3 is -6. You are right. So 9 minus 6,
That's 3.
that's 3. Right. So you need to choose this one.
Yeah, I made a mistake. Oh my
It's
god.
okay. It's okay. We all make mistakes. It's all right. So let's go next one.
Alright, so f of a equals to a squared plus 2 parentheses a. That would be, so I have to write it out since this is like a squared. So it would be a parentheses a squared plus 2.
Yeah, or you can write just a squared plus 2a. That's fine. You want to figure out a, that's fine. Okay.
Okay. So this is f of negative x. Oh my god, I'm so nervous. I'm sorry.
Don't be nervous. You just need to put parentheses around -x because -x is x now. So -x squared, -x squared.
Negative x squared plus 2 parentheses negative x. That would be equals to negative x parentheses x plus 2.
So this is going to be right. You see, okay. So the answer you need to change is for 3. -15 is not right, and this one is not right, right? Because if you put parentheses around -x, you get x times -x, which is positive x squared. Right? You just get
Oh,
x squared minus 2x.
yeah.
You don't need to write the factor out. You don't need it in the factor form. Okay, let's go next one.
This is f of x. No, f of. I don't want to do this anymore.
No, okay, next time, okay? But I think you're doing fine. You know, we all make mistakes, all right? Maybe fix it, show us next time, all right?
Alright. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, who's next one? Just share your screen with us.
I'll go next, Professor.
Okay. Don't be nervous. I make a lot of mistakes.
Hi. So like, which ones I do? Damn, that's a lot.
Great.
All right. Did anybody do number 17 yet?
The number 17?
Yeah.
Number 17. Yeah, I think someone did.
All right.
I remember. Yeah.
Let me check my notes real quick. Do number 20 then. That's
Okay.
okay. All right. So, can you guys see well, or is the like PDF kind of weird?
It's okay. We just don't see the previous anymore.
Is there a way to like zoom in? Cause I'm trying to see my work too. It's kind of weird.
I just have one objection because I do not see your steps. I need to see the steps. I do not need you giving me answer sheet.
Yeah, I know. My work is on my notebook. I just copied down the answers onto the PDF to submit it. The work is here. What?
You want to make it nice looking.
I'm sorry?
I said you want to make it nice looking. That's why you typed that.
I did my work on my notebook. Like I did it in like real time. But then I put down my final answers onto the PDF to submit. Like I wasn't sure how to submit it, but like that's how I did my work.
Let me give you a suggestion. If you could take pictures out of your notebook, you can send. You have a picture, then make a PDF file. So Google it. So on the website, there's converting file. So convert JPEG file, convert any picture file into PDF file. Then you can send me PDF file. In that way, you don't have to type it up. It takes so much time to type it up.
Okay.
Okay, but do you still?
Because I was honestly like really confused about the homework because like it wasn't explained that well. So what I did is that I did all the work on my notebook, and then I took my final answers and I put them on the PDF to submit it as a final, a final grade. So that's why.
But you still can show your work. You still can show your work.
Okay.
All right.
Oh my God, for you, mother. Yeah, hold on. Does anybody mind like going like after me or like going right now while I get my stuff in order? Because like, that was not calculated. Well, that was all right. Cool, Jane, you got it.
You can always present the next time. All right. We still have a lot of time to present, so don't worry about it.
Professor,
if you want, you still can show us your work. Show you typed up, but then read off from your notebook. So explain to us what you did. That sounds good? Liam, can you hear me? Do you like to try? Yeah, do you like to try to show us this, you typed up work, your answer sheet, then read off, then explain from your notebook what you have done.
Okay.
Okay,
yeah, that works.
Okay.
Let's see what I can do. I'm not sure because like the way that it's showing on like my screen, it looks really grainy. So like,
no,
bear
it's
with
perfect.
me.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Okay, cool. So I guess I'll be going over number 20.
You do 21?
What's that? Yeah, I'll do 21. I don't mind.
Okay.
Okay, can you guys see the work? Well, the answers that I got down?
Yeah.
So, for number 21, you got the function g of x equals 1 minus x over 1 plus x. So simply what I did for like, g of 2, g of negative 2, g of half, and so on is, the first four, g of 2, g of negative 2, g of half, and g of a, is I plugged in the x function or the inner function for the outer function. And for the first four answers, I got like, you know, negative 1/3, negative 3, 1/3, well, positive 1/3. And for g of a, I got 1 over x, 1 minus x over a of x, a of 1 plus x. And usually what I did for, like, I know that may be a little confusing, like the last one, the one that's g of a, is because what I did for that process.
Liam, let me stop you. The second one, yeah, the first one I agree with you. G of 2 equals to negative 1/3. Why g of negative 2 equals to negative 3? Can you explain to me?
Okay, so basically what I did for that one is putting g of negative 2 is when you put negative 2 for, like, 1 minus x, you get 3 on top, right? But if you put 1 plus negative 2 on the bottom, you get negative 1. So that factors out and you get negative 3. Because, like, 3 divided by negative 1 is negative 3.
Good. Okay, keep going.
Cool. Everybody got that down? Am I clear, or is that like any questions so far? No. Cool. Okay, cool. Thanks, James. All right. So for the next one, g of half. That one was kind of difficult because, like, putting a fraction there is kind of messy. But I just, like, reduced it down to a fraction, and what I did is that I took 1 minus 0.5 because, like, that's easier to work with, and 1 minus 0.5 is easily, like, 0.5, so you just leave it as 0.5. And then what you do, you get 0.5 on top, right? Positive 0.5. And you have 1 plus 0.5. That's obviously, what's it called? 1.5. Because, like, 1 whole plus 1/2 is 1 whole and 1/2, like, 1.5. So what I did is that, you divide the two, or actually, no, you don't divide the two. You can just easily, like, distribute or take away the dividend. What is it called? I don't know. But you take out 1/2 from both sides, and on the top you get 1.
You want to see the denominator, right?
Yeah, the denominator. So, like, all you gotta do is, like, take out 1. All you gotta take out is 0.5 from the numerator and the denominator, because right now you got 0.5 on top and 1.5 on the bottom. So you see that 0.5 is the common denominator. So you take 0.5 on the top, you get 1, because 0.5 divided by 0.5 is 1. And then on the bottom, since you're taking out 0.5 from 1.5, you get 3, because 0.5 times 3 is 1.5. So in the end, you get positive 1/3. That's how I got the third one for g of half.
Great.
Now, what's up? Okay, cool. Now for the tricky one, it's kind of tricky, not that big a deal, but, like, takes a couple steps. So for g of half, for g of a, it's pretty simple. All you gotta do is put a into the equation. So what I did is, instead of putting x, I put a, right? Wait, hold on. That one may be kind of tricky. I kind of, like, got stuck on that one, but bear with me.
This one, let's go over it. Because remember, g of x. Can you see my writing?
A little bit. It's kind of choppy, but I can make it out.
Okay, g of x equals 1 minus x divided by 1 plus x. Right? So now, x is given as 8. All we have to do is what? So change x to be 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is a. This is a now. That's it.
Yeah.
So the answer is?
Is x is 1 over a. 1 minus a over 1 plus a. I think I got that wrong. I'm not sure. Like, my work may be a little different. I still cannot see, but you guys can.
You cannot see, right? You said it right. 1 minus a divided by 1 plus a. It's different from your answer, right? So
right.
Okay. And similarly for g of a minus 1.
Ooh, can I do that one? Because that one actually it wasn't that difficult. That one, I think I messed up on the first one. So basically for this one, g of a minus 1, this one is in a way easier, because now instead of just putting in a, which is really good, you have to put in a whole function. So instead of it just being a, it's a minus 1. So, speaking, what you got is on top is G is one minus a minus 1 on top, and on the bottom, what you got is, let's see, yeah, on the bottom you got 1 plus a minus 1. So easily what I've done, I think you can correct me if I'm wrong, Ms. Chen.
Yeah, go ahead.
But after you factor them out, I believe you do get 1 minus x over 1 minus. Wait, hold on. Is that right?
It's no more x, right? X
But-
is a minus 1 now. No more x.
Yeah. So shouldn't those both be crossed out and that be a 1 on top? Since like.
Well, if you can my writing, I'm trying to write here. Anybody else can see my writing? I'm writing on the board. I'm writing on your.
It's a little light, but yeah.
Oh, okay, so other people can see it. Great. Thank you, guys. Okay, all we have to do is change x spot. Change the x to be a minus 1. Because the
Yeah.
function is 1 minus x, so now x is a minus 1. In the numerator, denominator is 1 plus x. Now x is a minus 1. I wrote wrong. I wrote a plus 1 here.
Mm-hmm.
Let me change this. So this is a minus 1. I wrote wrong. A minus 1. So now let's just simplify it. Right? So we simplify. But 1 minus a, that's still 1 minus a. Now minus negative a, negative 1. What's minus negative 1? Minus minus become plus. The bottom will become 1 plus a minus 1. So the numerator will have 1 plus 1, which becomes 2. So numerator will have 2 minus 8. But what about the denominator? Denominator here will have 1 minus 1, that's gone. So I have
Yep.
8. Answer should be 2 minus a
Oh,
divided
you're right.
by 8. Because no more x.
Got you. So yeah, and then for 20, yeah, I think the last one for 21 in that row is easily just like, g of negative 1. All you got to do is just plug in negative 1. So the top one's going to be 2, the bottom one's going to be, isn't it 0? Wait, no, it's not 0. I'm bugging. So yeah, it's 0.
You are right. The bottom
It
is 0. Can we divide? Can the denominator be 0 in math?
No, it cannot.
No. So what do we say about the g negative 1? So of course the answer is not right. Okay, the answer is wrong. And also this
Yeah.
answer is wrong. So g of negative 1, we say this. We say it's not defined. So g of
Yeah,
negative
because you can't
1,
divide anything by 0.
right, is not defined. Because we cannot divide by 0. 2 apples shared by nobody, it's not interesting. We just don't want to do it in math. So it's illegal in math when denominator is 0. And then we use math words. We say g of negative 1 is not defined. All right. So, okay, Liam, so you see your mistake, right? So make sure.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so make sure you change your homework. Make sure, the next time you can do it right. Okay, great. Thank you, Liam. You got your credit. Okay, you don't have to be totally right to get credit.
Gotcha.
You got your credit. Okay, who else wants to present? Anybody else?
Professor, can you hear me?
Yes, who's
Hey,
it?
James, let's go.
Hey.
Oh, James.
I'll do the next one. So,
Greatest person
Okay.
of all time.
Share your screen with us.
how do I share my screen?
My Lord and
Okay,
Savior is going to present.
do you see an arrow on the bottom?
My Lord.
On the screen?
Oh, yeah. Here, so,
Okay, click on it, share content. Then choose the middle one, share application / screen.
entire screen, share audio.
But click on that, then choose your homework screen.
Oh,
Maybe in your application window, in the middle one.
can you see it now?
No, I don't see yet. You
Oh,
need,
really?
you need to do one more thing. So when you click, after you click on share screen, you see on the top, you have 3 bars on top. Choose the middle one, application window.
Okay.
Application window will show you different screens. Choose the one you have your homework.
Oh, okay, okay. So this one and can you see it now, Professor?
Still not. You
Oh,
need to
really?
choose your homework screen, right? Is your homework, right?
It's
You
actually
open,
in the
you got it, yes.
mail.
Yeah, we can see it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. So I'll do number 18 for homework 2. So for homework 2, it's actually we're going to follow a formula. This one, can you see it? Can you see it, Professor?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll be using the average rate of change formula to do number 18 for homework 2. So for letter A, this one, it's going to be 0, and for letter B, it's going to be H. So we just implement these two to the formula. So it's going to be F times H minus F times 0 over H minus 0. So after that, we still continue the formula. It's going to be 2 times H minus 2 times 0 over H times X plus 1.
Hold
After
on.
that,
Let me stop
oh,
you, James. James, let me stop you.
oh, sure.
Okay. You are using F, but this is G. Your function is G, right?
Oh, yeah.
But you mean, so this F is
Oh,
this G, right?
oh, so it's be G times. Sorry about that.
That's okay. That's okay. My main question is on the second step. You have 2
Oh,
times H. What is the 2 times H?
oh, that it's actually like okay, Professor, this part I can explain it properly, but I saw in one of the examples they did it this way. Like there's two numbers since we're following this formula. So it's since G is this one, since there's two G's, supposed to be two G's, and this one is at the top. So I decided like 2 times H minus 2 times 0.
I say, okay, James, let me show you.
Oh,
But it's a good try. Let me show you how to do this properly, all right?
okay.
I'm going to share my screen with you.
Okay, so stop sharing.
Yes, stop sharing. Thank you. So I need everybody to pay attention to this. So this is important. And this one, actually, I didn't talk much. So let's talk about now. So James, and he's right. He's saying, we want to find the average rate of change. We need to do f of, you use f of a, right?
Yes.
Minus f of b, then divided by, let me see if I can do divided by. Divided by,
Oh, actually, Professor, it
what?
says F times B minus F times A.
But in any case, because you were using A and B, that's why I want to try to go through yours. Let's talk about, let me start from the beginning. Let's start from the scratch. Okay.
Okay.
So basically, this is slope. Remember, m equals to, not this one, this one. We call this a difference of quotient. Difference of quotient. So what is the difference of quotient? It's the slope we know before. Difference of quotient is saying we have 2 points. We have x, f of x. Remember y, right? Now we don't call y anymore x, y. Before we have x and y. But now we're in function world. So we don't talk about y anymore. We talk about f of x. So then we have another point. So this is x, f of x. We have another point, maybe we call a, f of a. Can we see these are 2 points? Okay, good. So now difference of quotient is the same, is this. Difference of quotient is y2 f of x minus f of a divided by x minus 8. James, that's what you want to use, right?
Yes.
Right. So f of x minus f of a divided by x minus 8. Remember before we said slope equals y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. That's exactly this. If we call this one, let me use a different color. If we call this one x1, y1, x2, x2, and this we'll call y2. Remember how we find the slope? We use y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, right? And we call difference of quotient of this whole thing difference of quotient, y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. I should put this one a little bit. This one, I should move this x minus a little bit to this side. I cannot do that anymore. Does this make sense? F of x minus f of a divided by x minus 8.
Yes.
Okay, so now the function, how is the function defined? Let's call it x. Even, in the book, I call it g of x. So f of x equals to 2 divided by x plus 1. Right, that's the function, right?
Yep.
Okay, so let's find out so f of x we have here, f of x. Let's find out f of a. Okay, James, can you tell me what's f of a?
X to 1?
Just substitute x into a, right?
Yes.
Right.
X sub
So that becomes f of a becomes 2 divided by a plus 1.
Oh.
Right? Okay, so now let's put it into this formula. So this formula we have f of x, which is 2 divided by x plus 1 minus 2 divided by a plus 1. Does this make sense? This is the f of x. This is the f of a. Then this divided by x minus 8.
Hmm.
You see the difference between mine and yours?
Yes.
We have to go from the function. That's the function. F of x is 2 divided by x plus 1. So I have to go through the function. Okay, now let me erase this. Go through the 2 points you have. You have those 2 points. You have x equals to 0, x equals to h, right?
Yes.
We need to find the f of 0. Let's find the f of 0. F of 0 means we have to substitute x into 0. That's 2 divided by 0 plus 1. Right? Because x
Yes.
is 0 now. Okay, what's 0 plus 1?
1.
1. What's 2 divided by 1?
2.
2. So f of 0 is 2.
Yes.
Now let's find f of h. Can you tell me what is f of h according to your function? 2 divided by x plus 1. So x now is h. What do we get?
H plus 1.
Right, 2 divided by h plus 1. That's our f of h. Now put it into the formula. The formula is saying f of h minus f of 0, right?
Yes.
Okay, so now can you tell me what is f of h minus f of 0? We just do this, right? We have 2 divided by h plus 1 minus, what's the f of 0?
F of 2? 2. Yeah, it's
2,
2.
right. So how are we going to minus a fraction with a non-fraction? We need a common denominator, right?
Oh yeah, so it's cancel out 2.
So minus, so this is, we're going to multiply by 1. And this one is h plus 1 divided by h plus 1. Let's see if this makes sense. Because if any number multiplied by 1 doesn't get changed. And this 1 is something divided by itself. Does this make sense?
Yes, yes.
Because we need a common denominator. Remember this. Remember, let's see. If we have 1 over 2 minus 1 over 3, we need a common denominator, right?
Yes.
Right. So same thing. Here, we manufactured common denominator. So now how are we going to minus those two things? Now we have a common denominator. We can subtract the numerators. The numerator, we have a 2 minus 2 times h plus 1. The denominator is still the same, h plus 1. Make sense?
Yes.
Let me know if I'm not making any sense anymore. Then the numerator becomes 2 minus 2h minus 2. The denominator is not changed. The denominator is still h plus 1. Then, so now we have 2 minus 2. What's 2 minus 2?
0.
0. So the numerator we're left with negative h. And the denominator is h plus 1. Still the same, h plus 1. Does this make sense? It's a lot. It's a lot involved.
Oh, wow, that's really
And
different
you
from
write a negative h divided by h
plus.
plus 1. This one is a lot of trouble. You know why? Because the function is a rational function. Because it is a rational function, so there's a lot of things involved. Okay, thank you. But you know what, James? I'm sorry, you don't get credit for this because the approach is wrong. All right, but try next time, okay?
Okay.
And you picked a very, very difficult question. Okay,
So,
try next time.
so
All
I
right.
don't get the credit, Professor?
Right. I'm sorry you don't get credit for this because your approach is wrong. Because the concept is wrong. If the concept is right, you don't get the right answer. That's fine for me. But if you don't know how to approach, if the approach is wrong, the understanding is wrong.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
sorry. But try next time, okay?
Okay.
Try next time, maybe pick a little bit easier question. This question is really, really difficult.
Okay, Professor.
Okay, I remember this. I'll give you like maybe half credit for this.
Okay.
Right? You know what? I changed my mind, James. I give you credits. You get credits for this.
Oh, really?
Right. You know why? Because this
What?
question is really, really hard. I believe if you choose an easier question, you can show me. But because this one is extremely hard, we haven't even talked about rational functions, but you have the courage to show it. I give you credit.
Because
All right.
I was just following some examples and I saw it was literally the same way, so I did
Right.
that way. But I didn't know it was involving
So much.
irrational division.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much, James. Okay. All right. Anybody else wants to show? Okay, go ahead. Get yourself ready.
All right. So I'm gonna present question 20 on homework 2. And
Okay.
let me share my screen.
Oh, hold on a second. Let me. Right. Go ahead. Did I make you a presenter yet?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Which one do I click? Share application screen?
Yeah, right. Share application / screen. Then choose the middle one, application windows.
Share.
Then click on your homework.
Do you see my screen?
Let me see. Not yet. So after you choose share screen, you go to the middle one, application window. Do you see application window? Okay. Now, do you see your homework?
I don't really see it right now.
Oh,
I
you
have
don't
it
really
right
see
here with me.
You have that with overuse. Okay, so under the application window, you should be able to see your homework. If not, go to Chrome tab.
Prom what?
To Chrome, the third one, Chrome tab, to see if your homework is there.
Oh, on the files?
Yeah, on the files.
Okay.
Do you see your homework?
Wait, give me a second.
Okay. Have you opened your homework on the screen?
I opened it, but it's not showing on the screen.
Okay, go back to your homework. Go back to your homework and click on it. Go back to your homework. Click on it, then go back to the share screen. Okay, you know what? You can always show. Okay, so maybe try next time.
All right.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I need a little time to talk about polynomial. I loaded one video. Please mute yourself. All right, thank you. So I loaded one video talking about polynomial functions. Because we know linear functions and quadratic functions. So today, everybody please mute yourself. Let me see, maybe I can mute.
Don't worry about that. Don't sweat it, my guy. Got her notes.
Okay, let me share mine. Okay, so the rest of the time I'm going to talk about polynomials, but I'm going to start with quadratic functions. So following this book. Okay, quadratic functions, linear functions are special polynomial functions. So I'm going to start talking about these polynomial functions. Polynomial functions of degree n. Its standard form is this. So make sure you understand this standard form. Read a couple of times. So let me explain this standard form. So polynomial functions in terms of x. So only x is the variable. And the other numbers here, other letters here we see are some numbers. So let's say a with footnote n is a number. X raised by n, this n is some number. A with a footnote n minus 1 is a number, right? So on and so forth. Everything else is a number except x. So x is the variable. Okay, so that means x changes. Okay, and n, so degree n polynomial. Let's see quadratic function. Quadratic function usually will have standard form like this: ax squared plus bx plus c. So this is degree 2 because n equals to 2. All right. So a quadratic function is a polynomial function of degree 2. What about linear function? Let me write one linear function on the side. A linear function we can write as f of x equals to bx plus c. Right? You can write this way. You see the quadratic function, right? If x squared is not there, that will be a linear function. So bx plus c will be a linear function. And it's a polynomial function. Why? Because it's a degree 1. So it's also degree 1 polynomial function. Right? So linear function, quadratic function are special polynomial functions. And another function we know is called a constant function. Constant function. Let me give you an example. So f of x equals to 5, right? So this is called a constant function. And it's also degree 0 polynomial function. So those three are special functions, special polynomial functions. A constant function means, 5 is independent of x. It always equals to 5. And the graph is a horizontal line. It's a degree 0 polynomial. Linear function is a degree 1 polynomial. Quadratic function is a degree 2 polynomial. All right. And of course, you can go to polynomial degree 3, 4, 5, so on and so forth. With quadratic function, we can write it another way. And here we require a is not 0. Because if a is 0, we go back to linear function. Right? So we require a is not 0. Yes, I record this. It's been recorded. And we know quadratic function, right? If we learned from before, quadratic function is either upward parabola or downward parabola. And we have live applications for this. Imagine a person over here toss a ball, a person over there toss a ball, right? I toss a basketball to you, and the trajectory of the ball makes a downward parabola. This we have live application also. If a person dive into the water, right? Imagine you're in a swimming pool, a person dive in the water, the trajectory of the diving makes upward parabola. So we have so quadratic function, the graph is a parabola. Linear function is a straight line. So quadratic function we can write in another sense. We can write this way. This is called a vortex form. Vortex form, right? In this, if we can write in this form, in this formula, and the h comma k becomes a vortex. The vortex is the minimum point in upward parabola, is maximum point on the downward parabola. Right. So with the quadratic function, we care about how to graph it. Right. So let's see this. So we want to sketch the graph. We want to express f in standard form. So this f. Then b, we want to sketch the graph. So let's see first one. We want to put it in a standard vertex form. So how are we going to do that? Let's see this one. The function is 2x squared minus 12x plus 23. So we will group the first two. We'll group the first two. Then we factor out the common factor, 2. So factor out 2 with x squared minus 6x plus 23. Then we want to make something called a perfect square. This process is completing the square. Okay, we want to make a perfect square. Remember, perfect square has this form. So perfect square. So if I have a plus b square equals to a square plus 2ab plus b squared. If this middle is minus, we would get this one minus. Right? If b is negative, right? If b is negative, we see the middle one is negative. So in this case, we want to do that. We want to make this one perfect square. So how to make a perfect square? We add 9, then 2 times 9, 18. So we added 18 here. So we have to subtract 18 to not change anything because we have this equal sign. And in this case, we can write this one as x minus 3 squared, right? Because x minus 3 times x minus 3, that's x minus 3 squared, equals to x squared minus 6x plus 9. Anybody has any question?
Yes, I do.
Okay, go ahead.
So why do we add the 9, not any other number?
Yeah, right. You see this? That's why I'm writing on the other side. We want to make a perfect square. We want to be able to write this loose expression into something square. Do you see that? And
Yeah.
only 9 makes this a perfect square. If we put any other number, we won't be able to write as x minus something square. Because this is 6. Because of this negative 6. Because x minus 3 squared is x squared minus 6, which we have those two terms, plus 9. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Okay, so this process is called completing square. We added 2 times 9 here, we have to subtract 2 times 9. So then 2 times 9 is 18. 23 minus 18, that's 5. So now we have h equals to 3 and the k equals to 5. So 3 comma 5 is the vertex. So 3 and 5 is the vertex. Then we can graph. Once we find the vertex, and we know the y-intercept, right? Because f of 0 here. So to draw quadratic function, we only need 2 points. We need the intercept and we need a vertex. The y-intercept is f of 0. F of 0 equals to 23. So that gives us the y-intercept, 0, 23. So we have this point, and then we have the vertex, and then we can graph. All right, we can graph this quadratic function. Any questions? So this completing square is a little bit difficult sometimes. And also we have another way to draw quadratic function. This is not the only way. So maximum, so we call this minimum, so this point minimum, we call this point maximum. Let's see example 2. So we have this function, 5x squared minus 30x plus 49. So express f in standard form. That means we need to put in the vertex form. Sketch the graph, then find the minimum value of f. All right, let's see how do we do that. Put it in the standard form again. We want to factor out the coefficient of x squared, which is 5. Factor out 5, get x squared minus 6x. We make a perfect square. We add 5 times 9. We subtract 5 times 9. 5 times 9, 45. 49 minus 45, which is 4. So 3 comma 4. 3 comma 4 is the vertex. Okay, the vertex. And 49, 0, 49 is the y-intercept, right? Because f of 0 equals to 49. So 0, 49 is a vertex, is a y-intercept. 3, 4 is a vertex. Then we can draw the graph, parabola. And how do we find the minimum of f? So we want to find the minimum here. The minimum is the y value of the vertex, which is 4. The minimum value is 4. Right? It's f of 3. F of 3 is 4. So this is the minimum. The minimum means the y value is f of 3. F of 3 equals to 4. Any questions? Okay, let's see example 3. Example 3, we want to find the maximum value. We want to do the same thing. We want to write f in vertex form. We want to sketch f. We want to find the maximum value because this is downward parabola. How can we tell downward, upward? By the number before x squared. If the number before x squared is positive, in this case it's 5, it goes upward. If the number before x squared is negative, it goes downward. Because the number before x squared here is -1. So it's a downward parabola. We do the same thing. We factor out -1. So we have x squared minus x. Now we want to make this perfect square. We add 1/4. Then we make this perfect square x minus half square. Then -1/4. So we subtract -1/4 here. We have to add -1/4. Then in the end we get this. So now half 9/4 become our vertex. So half 9/4 becomes the vertex of this graph. And what's the y-intercept? The y-intercept is 0, 2. Right? 0, 2 is the y-intercept. So at these 2 points. So at this point, we have this vertex point, and we can graph. But then, how do we find those 2 points? Right? Those 2 points we call roots. So -1 and 2 here, we call roots. X equals -1 and 2 are called roots or x-intercept. Right? So x equals -1, give us the y value equals 0. X equals 2, the y value is 0. And it's called roots or x-intercept. But how do we find those 2 points? On those 2 points, the y value equals 0. That means f of x equals 0. So we use this. F of x equals 0. To set our function -x squared plus x plus 2 equals 0. Then we want to solve x. How do we solve x? We want to put in a factor form. First, we multiply by -1 because we don't like the negative sign before x squared. We multiply by -1, negative become positive. So everyone will multiply negative. So that becomes x squared minus x minus 2. Then we put this in a factor form. X minus 2 times x plus 1. That equals 0. So that we solve this one. 2 minus 2 equals 0. -1 plus 1 equals 0. So we get 2 solutions. X equals 2, x equals -1. That's how we get these 2 points. So with the y-intercept, x-intercepts, the vertex, we can draw the quadratic functions. We can draw the graph of the quadratic functions. And of course, once we find this vertex, the y value is the maximum. Right? So we see the maximum value is f of half, 9/4. 9/4 is the maximum value. The maximum value is the highest y value. Right? The graph is down, is less than or equal to 9/4. So 9/4 is the biggest y value. Okay, any questions? That's how it gets its name. Another way we can draw the graph by find the line of symmetry. right? The line of symmetry. We say x, I think most of you maybe know this, x equals to negative b over 2a. We put the function in standard form ax squared plus bx plus c, so x equals to negative b over 2a. So we're going to talk about this part next class, all right? So let's talk about this next class. I'm going to give you some homework. Next class, we'll talk about this. So today, let's try to completing squares, use that to graph our functions. So 1, so this is 3.1. This is the homework 4, 3.1. Let's do 1. Let's do 2. 3, 4, oh, okay, great. Let's choose this. 9 up to 21, all right? So 9, not up to 21. So just skip. So odd numbers. So 9 to 21, odd numbers. Let me put it in the chat. Also, I'm gonna make, I'm gonna write under the Blackboard content. So homework 4, 3.1, 1 up to 4, and 9, 11, 13, 15, 17. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 19. All right, not to 10 to 19. Okay. So I have tapped in the chat. So homework 4 is section 3.1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19. All right. Okay, any questions? Make sure I'm going to put a quadratic how to graph quadratic functions as well. Okay, make sure you watch the video. Just try it. Practice makes it better. So graph.
Professor, I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
Like, can we record ourselves and send you the videos if we're not able to meet, like in class?
Oh.
Because honestly, I work fast, and like my schedule is not fixed. So I don't want to risk it. It's like 40%.
The problem is this: you registered for this class, right? Yeah, that might be a good idea. Graph quadratic functions, but let's still try, okay?
What do you mean?
Because you're here today now. It's not like you cannot make every time, right? You still can make some of the times.
I called off to be here today. That's why I wanted to talk to you.
Is it possible? I don't know. That's going to be hard. Yeah. Okay. If you really cannot do that, right? Try to record yourself. Okay, that would be alternative. All right.
What was that?
Yeah, I think if you really cannot make to class, right, do that. Do that.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay, let's see this. So quadratic functions. So make sure you watch these videos I posted. All right, posted on Blackboard because the class time is really too short. Really too short, and some of you cannot even make it. Yeah, her idea is good. So let's yeah, go ahead. Any questions?
Did you say the class time is too short?
I'm sorry?
Did you say the class time is too short?
Yeah, you think it's too
Wow.
long?
Wow.
I'm sorry, it's all relative. It's all relative. Yeah, it's relative. It may be too long for you. I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay, any other questions?
Are you going to post the homework number problems as you usually do on Blackboard?
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay. Then that was all.
Okay, all right. 3.1. I'm writing actually now.
Professor,
Yes.
this is due next week, right? Homework number 4. Next Wednesday.
Yes, you have a week to do it. But
Okay.
don't, right. You have a week to do it. You have a weekend.
So what will happen on Friday? Are we going to present again or continue the discussion?
No, this Friday we're not going to present. This Friday, let's see. This Friday, maybe we'll have some people to present. That's a good
Oh,
idea. Yeah.
okay.
Okay. Thank you. Any other questions?
Yeah, Professor.
Yeah. Yes. Question. I cannot hear you.
Oh, okay. So go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, so Professor.
Yeah.
So for this Friday, um, after like the session, are you gonna like give out homework number 5 this Friday?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Any other questions?
Yes. So I just wanted to know, for example, like as Hasiatu said, her case was because of her work, right? So let's say you really want to present today, but there was no time. In that case, can you just record yourself and the question you wanted to present and send it to you? Would that count? Is that okay?
Okay. If you don't get right, the next time I'm going
Because
to
not
choose those
everybody's
people
gonna
who.
have the time to present to get the 40%, and like many people might want to present, but there's not time.
Right. You know, someone has an idea, you can record yourself, send me the recording, send me the video. That's a good idea too. Or next time I choose different people. People present today, so Friday they won't present. I'll choose those people who hasn't presented yet to present.
Okay, so in case, so whenever we present and a person didn't get a chance to present after the class, you can record yourself and send it to you?
That's for those people who cannot make it, who cannot make it to class. You know, one person is saying she has to go to her job. For those
Yeah.
kind of people, right? But the
Well,
next
I don't know
time,
if you're gonna be in track of like whoever presented today. How do you know if like they want to present next time again?
oh, I have my list. I have my recordings. Whoever presented already, I have this notation. I know who hasn't presented yet. So next time I'll give those
Okay.
people higher priority.
Okay, got it.
Okay. All right. Any other questions? Only selected people can do recordings. Yeah, so far only one person cannot make to the class all the time. All right. So, you know, prepare to I think presenting in class is better, right? If you have a mistake because I ask questions, right? Okay. Any other questions?
I
I
don't know.
mean, we can post it somewhere where like everybody's gonna be able to see it if they have a comment or suggestions for you.
You can always type in the chat because I see the chat all the time. Okay. Any other questions?
I was gonna say that I don't know if you talked about this before, but how are we going to be seeing our grades for the homeworks that we submit to you? And like, for example, the presentation we just finished today, like how long would it take you to post the grades so we can be able to know our progress in the class?
Oh, I don't have any grades yet.
Got it.
Yeah, don't worry about the grades. Just do, do your homework, present. All right. Don't worry about the grades yet.
Oh no, definitely, but it would be great to see it because like we don't know if a homework that we do it's good or not, and how will
Oh,
that affect our
that's
grade later
exactly.
on, you know?
Good job. Good question. Right. That's exactly why I want people to present. I want to be able to catch mistakes.
Got that.
Preferably everybody do everything right. But it's like today, James, I caught his mistake. It's a great time for me to explain it.
Got it.
Because sometimes I do not explain things very clearly. It gives me, more time to try to do better.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
All right.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
Professor,
Go ahead.
oh, sorry.
You go
Do we
first,
have
James.
quizzes? Like, do we have
Samir
quizzes
first.
for?
Samir, go first.
Yeah. Okay. So I just wanted to know if I've been getting have you been receiving my homeworks?
Yeah.
I just wanted to know. Okay.
Oh, yes. I don't have time because I have over 100 students. I don't have time to reply every email, but I did a record. Once you send me your homework, I check. I record your grades, not grades. You complete the homework on my. I have a table, so don't worry about
Okay.
it.
I
Okay.
just wanted to know because.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, James, you have questions?
Yeah. Do we have quizzes like for this class, or no? Just
Not
for
really.
presentations.
Not really, because quizzes is difficult to do it. So right now, the presentation part basically is quizzes.
Oh,
All right.
oh,
Well, I do
oh,
ask you questions. All right.
okay. Oh,
Okay.
that's
Any other questions? Just make sure try the homework, present. Okay. I see you on Friday. Have a good day. Thank you. Be safe, everybody. Bye-bye.